In the quiet suburbs, nestled beneath the veil of a moonless night, lived an elderly blind man, Samuel. His world was one of perpetual darkness, but his senses had become finely tuned. Compensating for the lack of sight, Samuel lived a solitary life, finding comfort in the rhythmic ticking of his antique clock and the familiar creaks of his modest home. One fateful night, as the world slept, a trio of opportunistic thieves set their sights on Samuel's seemingly vulnerable abode. They had heard rumors of a hidden fortune, rumored to be stashed away in the old man's house. Ignorant of Samuel's acute senses, they approached the silent residence, their footsteps muffled by the blanket of night. The leader of the group, a man named Carson, eyed the house with greedy anticipation. He had planned this heist meticulously, convinced that the blind man would be an easy target. With tools in hand, the thieves approached the back entrance, unaware that Samuel's ears had caught wind of their stealthy movements. Inside, Samuel sat in the darkness, a sense of foreboding washing over him. The ambient sounds of the night, usually his constant companions, now seemed to whisper a warning. He reached for his walking stick, a silent determination settling within him. The thieves, masked by shadows, began tampering with the lock. As the first creak of the door echoed through the house, Samuel's head snapped in the direction of the disturbance. A shiver ran down his spine, and he knew that the tranquility of his solitary world was about to be shattered. He rose, his movement steady, and his heightened senses guided him through the familiar layout of his home. The thieves, their eyes adjusting to the dim interior, failed to notice the blind man approaching. Samuel's ears, however, betrayed their every breath and rustle. Carson, eager to locate the rumored treasure, led the way with a flashlight. The narrow beam danced across the room, revealing glimpses of antique furniture and family portraits. As they moved deeper into the house, the thieves' hushed whispers became louder in Samuel's ears. He sensed their greed, the very air tainted by their malevolent intent. Unseen, he trailed behind them, his steps silent as a phantom, each movement a testament to his honed instincts. Carson halted in what seemed to be the study, convinced that this room held the coveted fortune. The other two thieves spread out, ransacking drawers and closets in their quest for wealth. Samuel, however, stood in the doorway, his unseeing gaze piercing through the darkness. Suddenly, Carson's flashlight flickered, casting erratic shadows on the walls. Panic seized the thieves as the room plunged into momentary darkness. In that fleeting instant, Samuel seized the opportunity. With an uncanny precision born of years of adaptation, he swept Carson's feet from under him, sending him crashing to the floor. Chaos erupted as the other thieves fumbled for their flashlights, their initial advantage crumbling. Samuel, a silent force in the dark, moved with the swiftness of a predator. His senses painted a vivid picture of the room. The thieves' frantic breaths, the shuffling of feet, and the metallic glint of a discarded tool. One by one, Samuel incapacitated the intruders, relying on his ability to pinpoint their locations through sound and vibration. The thieves, disoriented and humbled by an adversary they had underestimated, found themselves at the mercy of the blind man they had sought to exploit. With the threat neutralized, Samuel called the authorities, his steady voice betraying no hint of fear. As the police arrived, the thieves were led away in handcuffs, their grand heist reduced to a desperate attempt thwarted by an old man without sight. In the aftermath, the neighborhood hailed Samuel as a local hero. His story echoed through the community, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the strength that could be found in adversity. Samuel, though robbed of sight, had confronted the darkness that sought to invade his home, and he emerged victorious, a guardian of his silent realm.